Hello there, guys, and welcome back to my channel for a live reaction to the UEFA Champions League group stage draw ahead of the 2021-2022 Champions League season. Of course, there will also be the UEFA Awards today, which at least reportedly will award Jorginho as the Player of the Year, which is something I'm very excited for. Hopefully, Thomas Tuchel will win Manager of the Year. Hopefully, Mendy will win Goalkeeper of the Year and potentially even a Defender of the Year in there. But there is a lot to talk about today, not only in terms of Champions League draw UEFA Awards. There's a lot of stuff going on, elsewhere in the world of football. Ronaldo going to City, Ronaldo going to PSG, Ronaldo doing this, Chelsea signing loads of people, and the Benjamin Mendy news, what CFC Alex just put in there. I don't even want to use those words in fear of demonetization, but, Benjamin Mendy has been on a mad one, and he's been charged and suspended by this football club City. But, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's all calm right back down. We're here to celebrate the champions of Europe being drawn into another season of Champions League football. And to react to that, to, discuss that, I am joined by two very special guests, of course. First and foremost, by Mr. ConnCFC. First of all, thank you, Con, for joining us, as always. I still love the fact that you still haven't gotten rid of that waffle emoji that I one time added just because you were waffling. You still kept it there, which I rate. But yeah, Con, first of all, you've told us you're in a great mood, so that's brilliant. But yeah, how you doing, and are you looking forward to the draw?
Yeah, man, I'm in a great mood today. Thanks for having me on. I didn't remove the waffle because it's iconic. I waffle a lot, I talk a lot, that's what I do. Guys, hopefully as well, like next time I'm on the Laurenz stream, it'll be my actual face because I have all my equipment. So that'll be a plus. So no more just picture of me. And I'm in a good mood because we're going to see Jorginho get UEFA Best Player today. And if it don't, my mood's going to go from here all the way down to here. So pleasure to be on as always, bro.
Hey, it's good. I'm excited for it. And of course, as you can see on screen, we're also joined by Mr. Craigo28 Football, or just Craigo28, Craigo, whatever, just Ian, right? Just Ian. Also, you've recently hit 20,000 subscribers. Big ups to yourself for that, bro.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, thank you for coming on, of course. And are you excited as well? New Champions League season?
Well, I love the fact I've just seen the odds, and apparently we're the fourth favourites at 7-1. And that surprises me. I like it. It's fun. It's exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
Behind who? Wait, let me guess first. City, PSG, yeah. Bayern?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. But I like it. I think it's fun because that just means there's still people there to take down.
I love the fact that we are now regarded as above Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know they have obviously a dead squad, and I still don't understand why Mbappe even wants to go there, right? I mean, in a way, I kind of appreciate that it's his dream. So even regardless if they have a bad team or not, he still wants to go. I kind of respect that in a way. But still, it's like, what you're doing there. You couldn't even win a Champions League with PSG. How are you going to do it with that Madrid team? But anyway, there's a lot to discuss. I haven't actually had time to get any pictures up to, discuss the groups and stuff and the pot. So let me just Google that so I can save it and show you guys on screen so we can discuss who we would like to be drawn against. But obviously, alongside that, just because I do know those things off the top of my head, obviously the UEFA Awards, like I mentioned, for the goalkeeper, it's Mendy, Courtois, and Edison.
Yeah.
Is it Edison?
Might not be Courtois.
I know it's Courtois. I know because I was surprised it's Courtois, so I know it's Courtois. If that makes sense.
Then it'd be then it's Edison. Then
must be Edison. Yeah. For the defenders, it's Azpilicueta, Rudiger, and Ruben Diaz. For the midfielders, it's the three that are also nominated for the Full Stop Player of the Year. In Kevin De Bruyne, N'Golo Kante, and Jorginho. And then in the forwards, I don't even know. There's no Chelsea players nominated there in the top three anyway. It's Haaland, Messi, probably, and is there someone else? I don't know.
Lewandowski,
probably.
It might be Mbappe. I don't care.
Who cares? Yeah, exactly. Who cares when there's no Chelsea players, involved in this? Apparently, Kai Havertz came 5th in that, so I suppose that's something. But
what, in the forwards?
Yeah, which is quite interesting. I think Mason was also in the top 10, but I don't know where exactly he finished in the end. I forgot. I saw it somewhere. CFC Daily tweeted it. Shout out to them. Check them out. I suppose. Check them out. I'm just trying to find which one is the best picture to get up on screen here, so it's not really bad.
Quality.
No, not even quality, but shape. Don't want to have like a square picture and then like half of my face and half of your face, but Con is completely covered. That's the whole mess. So let me just find one here. I could do share screen, I suppose, because that might make things easier. Did UEFA tweet this? Probably. But ladies and gentlemen, by the way, I haven't even said hello to you guys. I am sorry. If you're watching this right now, please be sure to subscribe. That'd be massively appreciated. Smash the like button for me right now. And please don't leave once you realize I'm not actually showing the Champions League draw. Obviously, I can't do that. I mean, obviously, I don't have UEFA Champions League rights, do I? Do I look like I'm a billionaire? No, right? So clearly, I can't do that. But don't be mad at me for that. It's not my fault, right? So just stay here, smash the like button, use the super chat function, all of that good stuff. But I will get to you guys in the chat very soon. Don't worry, I will pay attention to the chat in a second. But if you have anything important to say, put it in there. And what can I see here? There you go. Let's get that one up here, and then I can just share that on screen with you. That probably makes the most sense. What can I say here? I see the draw preference by CFC Alex. We'll get into that in just a second. So share screen. Here we go. Chrome tab. See, I'm giving you all the insights into how this works. Not that it's that difficult, but regardless, this is what we're here for today. I can see the countdown going on here on where I'm watching it. I don't have the BT coverage like Con and Ian do, so they might talk about things that I don't see. So we'll see. Regardless, here you can see the pots. Of course, ourselves as Champions League winners are in pot 1, as well as Villarreal, the Europa League winners, and then the champions from the other, or from the top 6 countries or whatever. Bayern Munich, obviously from Germany, Man City from the Premier League, Atletico Madrid from Spain, Inter Milan from Italy, Sporting Lisbon from Portugal, and Lille from France, because Pochettino is the most overrated manager in the world. They can't even win the league. Anyway, pot 2 is looking, like, if you look at that in terms of, just pot 2 looks like more difficult than pot 1. Yes. Sure, you have Bayern and you have City and you have us. But outside of that, pot 2 is way more difficult. You have Real Madrid in there, Barcelona in there. I say that. Real Madrid, maybe if they sign Mbappe, but without that, should be battering them. Barcelona should be battering them. Juventus should be battering them. Whether they've got Ronaldo or not, we should. I'm not saying we will. I'm saying we should. Man United, obviously, we can't be drawn against other teams from the same nation. PSG, that could be an interesting one. Could be fun to batter, Messi. Liverpool, again, can't be drawn against them. Sevilla would probably be the most favorable draw out of those. And Dortmund, would always be fun if we could play Haaland, and then Lukaku just scores way more goals than Haaland. That'd be fun. And then pot 3, Porto, Ajax, Shakhtar Donetsk, who you could not get more fortunate than Shakhtar did with that own goal that Monaco scored last night in that playoff game for Shakhtar to go through rather than Monaco. That was very unfortunate for Paul Monaco. RB Leipzig, RB Salzburg, which is weird to me because they have a very different badge when they play, like, not internationally, but the UEFA doesn't allow the Red Bull thing, hence why they have to have this different bull thing. Anyway, Benfica, Atalanta Bergamo, of course, from Italy, Zenit St. Petersburg, and then in pot 4, Besiktas, Dynamo Kiev, nearly said Zagreb when it clearly isn't. Club Bruges, Young Boys Bern, which still is a dodgy name, I can't lie. AC Milan, Malmo, if I'm not mistaken, Wolfsburg, and the biggest surprise, Sheriff. Yes, that team with the star is called Sheriff. I forgot the city that they're from, but they're the first ever Moldovan team that have qualified for the Champions League. So big ups to them. And it would just be banter if we could play them because, they're called Sheriff. It's just hilarious in my opinion. Not sure what you think about that, guys, but I think it's hilarious when a team's called Sheriff.
Getting way too amused by that loss.
All right, calm down. No need to slag me off like that. Anyway, what can I see in the chat? I see a lot of people talking. I want Young Boys. This sounds so bad, yeah.
That's going to get clipped up.
Oh, I just read it out. What an L. Oh my days. Didn't even think about it. Right, but CFC Alex, you know him. Ian, that's Gino.
What, Gino's?
That's Gino's.
Gino!
Exactly. Draw preference. Chelsea, Dortmund, Salzburg, Bruges, or Brugge, whichever you want to call them. Draw expectation. Chelsea, Juventus, Benfica, Besiktas. I'm not quite sure you can have an expectation, to be honest, but fair enough. I would love to have Salzburg just because, it's a 2-hour drive to an away game. I would also love Bern just because it's in Switzerland, so it's still reasonably close. I can say with my girlfriend, it's calm. But also, I don't want it to be on match day 1 away because I'm going to be on holiday at that time. So if we play a great away day, then I'll be fuming. So, it's upwards and onwards. But we actually currently have nearly 700 people watching, which is brilliant. Again, please don't go anywhere once you realize I'm not actually going to show you the Champions League draw. I obviously am not allowed to have the rights. Just leave this on, listen to us waffle for a bit, and put the BT or wherever you are watching this, whichever broadcaster showing it in your country. Just put that on in the background, listen to both of the things at the same time, because them man are going to drag this on, I'm telling you. So you're going to be enjoying a little bit of waffle from us in between anyway. This only just turned out, but let me just put on my one earphone, so I have a little bit of a clue what's going on here. I could also not be bothered, by the way, to change my setup completely to my Watchalong setup, where I put like my camera on the monitor and stuff. So currently, half my monitor is blocked by my own computer. So, I cannot see everything. But, we move. It should work. It should work. But let me put it to you, boys. Ian, you look like you want to say something.
Gorgeous.
Who?
Whoever.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, bro.
Absolutely stunning.
Oh, my gosh. Can you be in that group? Can you be in that
Who
group?
is she? Yeah, go on. Find out.
I want to see you in shorts.
Laura Montoura.
Laura
She is
Montoura.
lovely.
That sounds like a stage name, that does. What can I see? Ted Walker says, Laos, not going to lie.
What stage name are you thinking of there?
Does it not? I think it does. Laos, not going to lie. I want Salzburg for your sake. Get happy. Sick. High intensity is needed this season. Of course, when it's the draw, well, I mean, it officially started 2 minutes ago, but it's probably going to be about 20 minutes, half an hour until they do anything. So that's why I'm saying, just stay here, subscribe, smash the like button, use the super chat function. Exactly. That's what we want to hear. But let me put it to you first, Con. Out of the pots that obviously I put up there, let's go pot by pot, right? Let's not just rattle it through. Out of pot 2, do you have like a preference? And do you have a preference maybe that's more complex than just the easiest team?
Yeah, Barcelona, 100%. Give me Barcelona. I want Barcelona because we'll smoke Barcelona, easy game, and then that's La Liga wrapped up. We've done Villarreal, Madrid, Atletico, Sevilla. We need Barca, make it a clean sweep. And I would love to pump this team more than anyone in that group. Like PSG, sure, would be fun. Juventus, they're dusted, old squad. Dortmund, we get to show Haaland levels. Sevilla, probably the easiest game. But I want Barcelona, bro, just because I can't stand the club. They're in ruins, they're in debt. And to absolutely just pile them, it'll give me such joy, bro. Give me such joy. So give me UEFA Lona.
Barcelona would be quite fun. I can't lie. Barcelona would be quite fun. I mean, it would be disappointing because I doubt in Spain, I mean, they don't have full capacity stadiums in their own league at the moment. So I doubt we'll get there come September, October, November time. So it might not be a game that we will be allowed to go to. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, I'm very pragmatic when it comes to hoping for a team, right? Obviously, on the one hand, I would love to go to a sick away game. That always plays a little bit of a part. But outside of that, I just want the easiest draw, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Like, it's tough enough being in the Premier League. It's tough enough trying to win the Premier League, which we're hopefully trying to do this season. I say hopefully trying to do. We're clearly trying to do it, but hopefully we'll make a good effort of it, rather. And I don't need any more difficult group stage games with that. Do you know what I mean? Like, we get difficult enough games throughout the Premier League season. Obviously, for the other teams, it's all fine. They play like 2 difficult games a season. But we have like the English top 4. Do you know what I mean?
No, can I ask you a question though? Do you really see Barcelona that much more of a trouble than the Sevilla or Dortmund? Because I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
No, but judging by how Chelsea usually play against Arsenal, whenever we think a team's a big team, we kind of shit ourselves. Even though they're awful, we shit ourselves and then it doesn't go as well as it should do. While Sevilla, we just go there and pump them 4-0. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just different, if that makes sense. That's just how I feel. But you might be right. But I feel like it's also a bit easy to just say Barcelona are now the worst team in the world. Like, sure, they don't have Messi anymore, but with Messi last year, PSG, if Barcelona took their chance, they could have turned that 4-0 around. Like, Barcelona are not as good as they used to be, but they are still better than Sevilla, in my opinion, especially if we take their best defender. But, each to their own, I suppose. But, Ian, let me put it to you. Do you have a preference? Would it be Barca for, we hate Barca and, they're probably in their worst spot in God knows how long, so it's probably the best time to play them? Or is it a Sevilla for you? Would you love to have the challenge of PSG? What do you think?
I would avoid PSG like the plague. Again, for the same reason, we've got a lot of big fixtures coming up early doors. Just like to get through the group quite comfortably, or comfortably enough anyway. So I'd like to avoid them. Obviously, can't play Liverpool and Man United. Dortmund, I'd probably like to avoid, but they are normally one of those teams that do get going. Kind of as the latter stages go on, they kind of always seem to just stall early doors in the season. And they've also got a big blip in them. So I wouldn't mind playing against Real Madrid. I would want to avoid PSG. Juve, if Ronaldo goes, are a nothing side, so I think we could beat them. But I'd love to play Barcelona. I would dream to play Barcelona because the amount of pain and suffering they've put us through years gone by, we could absolutely pack them in.
The thing is, it's kind of like only half fun. Say if they are pot 2 and we're pot 1, and even if we smack them twice, it could end up that they just finish second in the group anyway, and then they're still in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's just more fun if we could play them in the knockout. Obviously, we don't know if we would ever get there, or if we would get to play them there, if that makes sense. But still, that's why I'm like, if we batter them in the group stage, it's kind of like only half relevant in my head. But I see what you're saying. Just a question before we move on to pot 3. Does it matter to you if Mbappe goes to Real Madrid, whether you'd want to play them or not?
Yes.
So you wouldn't want to play them if he goes there?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I
think someone like adding him in just gives everyone a boost. So the Real Madrid side that we'd be playing would be a lot more difficult because they'd all be on a high because they all have to live up to this guy's expectations. Personally, anyway.
I hear you. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Even though I feel Mbappe is clearly one of the best players in the world, right? But I don't think he's as good as people make him out to be sometimes. I'm not sure if that's an outrageous opinion, but I think people sometimes already put him on a level with Messi. And I'm like, do you know how many goals that guy needs to score for the next 15 years to ever get anyone near what Messi and Ronaldo have done? Like, do you understand how insane that is? Right? So, let's not get ahead of ourselves. And also, I think Aspie will pack him right in. Anyway, let me go with you first this time, Con. Pot 3. It's looking a lot easier than pot 2, that's for damn sure. Do you have a preference? Is it, when it comes to pot 3, is it a case of you'd like maybe a nicer way there if you can be able to, get time off work and go? Or is it just the easiest draw for you?
Afraid Porto like the plague because we're going to have a lot of games during that sort of when we're playing Champions League. And the way these guys played against us, just taking us out, I don't want to play them at all. So Porto, stay away. Atlanta, maybe I wouldn't want to play. Leipzig, not really. So a Shakhtar or a Benfica, Zenit, one of those 3, ideally. An Ajax would be nice. It'd be nice to see us to show them levels. But yeah, after seeing Shakhtar against Monaco, I think they're probably one of the weaker sides in there, or a Zenit. But then, yeah, so one of those 2 probably, yeah.
It's a weird one. I mean, I'd love to go to Amsterdam again. Obviously, we did that 2 years ago. That was good fun. That was a nice trip. So, that'd be fun to do again. Don't really want Shakhtar, don't really want Zenit just for the traveling for the team, save as much traveling as we possibly can. So you'd rather avoid them, even though we should pack them both in. Although an away game at either of those in December is tough because it will be bloody freezing. So, you wouldn't want that. Sure, if we get them now in September, it doesn't matter at the away game. But if it's later in the season, it's a bit more of a tricky one. Leipzig, you don't want. Leipzig, I know because they've had such a short history as a club, and they don't have the UEFA coefficiency points to be higher up the ranks here. But I think they are a better team than Sevilla. I mean, and going by the league standings over the last couple of years in the Bundesliga, they're also a better team than Dortmund for that matter. Sure, they just lost their manager, so, that's something. But still, yeah, for me, the preference would just be Salzburg for the simple reason that I think we can pack them in personally, even though they always pose a threat to everyone they play just because they play like a worse Ajax, even though a few years ago they beat Ajax 3-0 away. Fair play. But that's a long time ago now. But yeah, just for personal preference, that's why I like to play Salzburg. But Ian, what about you? Do you have a preference out of pot 3?
Yeah, I think it probably would be Salzburg as well. But I would like a little cheeky Benfica. I think that could be quite nice. I don't really have a problem with, avoid Porto. That's very understandable because they will kick you up in the air. Leipzig are a difficult side. Zenit and Shakhtar, if you could avoid them because of travel, then fine. But you look at Man City in years gone by where they've gone over there, absolutely packed them in by not even having to score a shed load of goals, just got the result and left. So it could be an easy enough game because, obviously, did you watch the game last night, the Shakhtar game?
I didn't know. I only saw the own goal, literally.
Yeah, they weren't great. They really weren't great. So I wouldn't have much of a problem playing against them. But yeah, I think I'm pretty sure they had about 3 shots on target in the whole game and 2 of them went in. So I wouldn't be that bothered about them. Zenit, it's cold. Don't really want to go there. So, I'll be honest, I'd love Ajax or I'd love Benfica. But if you're going for the easiest draw, then yeah, I'd go for Salzburg.
It's interesting. Like now, when you deep it a little bit more, pot 3 is less easy than you kind of think. Like when you look at the teams, we just played Porto in the Champions League quarterfinals. It wasn't that easy. It was more difficult than Atletico and Real Madrid were. Arguably more difficult than bloody Man City was. Obviously, Ajax is always you never know with Ajax really. Shakhtar, like you said, Shakhtar is fine. It's just really far to travel all the way to Ukraine. Zenit, even though it's in Russia, it's at least not that far. Like it's cold, but it's not like far east in Russia, so at least traveling is probably fine. And I think, but especially Leipzig and potentially Atalanta, you probably want to avoid, I'd say. But it's a tough one. It's a tough one. By the way, guys, at the draw at this UEFA event currently, what's going on is they're awarding well, I'm not listening. They're currently showing all the events around Eriksen, obviously during the Euros, and as far as I'm aware, the medical staff that managed to keep him alive will be awarded some sort of separate award.
They're getting the UEFA President's Award.
There you go. That's what's happening. And Dane K saying here, Atalanta will be a fine draw. See, it's a obviously I back us against pretty much everyone, right? There's only a couple of teams where I'd have a little bit of doubt, but for pretty much everyone, I'd be like, yeah, we'd probably win. But you don't need to make it unnecessarily difficult. And Atalanta is one of those teams that make it unnecessarily difficult. I mean, they've scored the most goals for the last 3 or 4 consecutive Serie A seasons. Like, they're not some team. Do you know what I mean? Sure, they lost Pablo Gomez last January to Sevilla, but even still, they kept going and in the end finished in the top 4. Do you know what I mean? So, do not underestimate them. But getting to pot 4, let me go with you first this time, Ian. Besiktas, Dynamo Kiev, Club Brugge, Young Boys Bern, obviously from Switzerland. AC Milan is probably the one you'd really want to avoid. Malmo, Wolfsburg, and Big Sheriff. Any preferences there? Give
me Bruges all day long. Bruges is a fantastic city. I love it. It's got to be Bruges.
I've never been to Bruges, but
just picture this. It's a Tuesday afternoon. You've just arrived. The game's on a little bit later because it's European times. You're just relaxing. You're drinking very strong beer and eating a lot of chocolate. Say no more.
And waffles and chips. They look brilliant.
Con loves a waffle. We can say that. We're all in. Give me Bruges all day long.
I love that. It's a fair shout, to be honest. I mean, shout. Like I said, Bern for personal preferences for potentially going. That'd be nice. Sheriff just for funny. You probably want to avoid a big Besiktas just for the away game because their atmosphere probably makes it a difficult away game. And you'd probably want to avoid AC Milan. Although AC Milan, for me, Milan is actually probably closer than Bern. Not probably, it is. So, for me getting there, it's probably easier to go to Milan, actually. So, and I've never been to the San Siro. So, that'd be quite fancy as well. I can't lie.
It's got Zlatan Field Day written all over it, that game, which is really irritating because he absolutely despises us.
He does really despise us, yeah. But maybe he'll get sent off again, as long as we don't lose anyway this time.
Yeah.
That was so annoying. Like, I was at that game, right? And he gets sent off. I was like, what, 20? Was it first half or was it second half? I feel like it was first half.
I think it was first half.
It was like half an hour in or something, right? And then we had one man up, get to bloody extra time, and then we still lose. I was fuming. I unfollowed David Luiz on all social media that night. I was fuming. I have never been to Bern either. That is true. And I have been to Milan. I've just never been to the San Siro. What Dane K saying here, Malmo would be a lovely draw. No offense. It's near and should be easy. It's true, but for potential away days, it's a very expensive place to drink. Same with Switzerland. Yeah. So, if you want to include that into the thinking, you probably don't want to do Sweden and Switzerland from that point of view. But, Con, do you have a preference for pot 4?
Craig's sort of selling me a dream here with Bruges, I can't lie. Sounds pretty nice.
Yeah.
I don't want to avoid Milan. I think they're the strongest team by a country mile in that group. Don't want to play them. And don't want big feet dunking on us, so could avoid that. Besiktas away day would be horrible. The atmosphere there is electric. Nah, avoid that. Then anyone else? I'm not really scared of Wolfsburg. I know people probably know them more than the other teams, but they're not great. The Sheriff looks quite fun. Could meme that a bit on Twitter. Get a few numbers on that. Looks pretty interesting there. So, yeah, just avoid Besiktas and Milan, and I'm happy.
That is fair. Just quickly before I round out that who do we want to play against topic, I put a poll in the chat which already 4,000 people have voted on, even though we only have 500 people here, but we only have 150 likes. So that's outrageous. You can click on the poll, but you can't click on the like button. Go smash the like button for me right now. It turns out a lovely blue. It's the colour of London, the colour of Europe, the colour of great things. Just click that. And also subscribe if you haven't already. Help me reach 12,000 subscribers, eventually 15,000 subscribers. That'd be massively appreciated. And obviously, if you haven't already, even though chances are you have, considering there's 4,100 votes already, do pick your answer in the vote, the poll. The question was, who will win the Champions League? Chelsea, Man City, PSG, or other? Currently, other is winning with 36%. Obviously, it wouldn't allow me to do more than 4 options, right? So Chelsea is second with 25%, Man City on 9%, and PSG on 30%. So it's other, PSG, Chelsea, and then Man City in that order. I do have a question for you boys now, which is kind of regarding the Champions League, but kind of not. It's kind of random. Would you, this season, if you could pick, I know we can't, but if you could, would you prefer to win the Champions League or the Premier League this season? And let me go with you first, Con.
I've always loved winning the Prem. As much as winning Champions League's nice, I love winning the Prem. I don't know what it is about winning the Prem. It makes me so happy. And I think one of the happiest days ever I can remember is winning that first league title under Mourinho, you know? And I value that more than that 2012 Champions League win, with just how I remember it when I was like quite young. Crazy. But back-to-back CL winners, you know, would be the first English team to do it, right?
Well, we'll be the second ever to do it. Only Real Madrid have done it.
So that's appealing as well. Can we win both, man? I don't want to pick.
Imagine we win both. That'd be mental.
But then again, if we win a CL, then I think we're level with United on CL trophies.
That's what I was just about to say. If we win another Champions League this year, then we have equaled the entire massive, they bang on about it all the time, history of Man United, because they've only got 3 themselves, and 2 of them have come in the last 20 years. So it's mad. It would be such an achievement for this little tin pot club that only apparently started in 2003. Just like that, we've gone in 10 years and leveled the same amount they've ever got. Would be quality.
No, that sounds, it's got to be the back-to-back CLs, man. It has to be, because our European pedigree then. Jeez, this small little oil club doing big things in Europe. So, yeah, back-to-back CL winners.
There you go. I mean, Salam's, yes, but it was a different... I mean, officially it's the same, but it's not the same competition. Real Madrid won the first 5. So, do you know what I mean? But still, everyone says the only team that has won it back-to-back as the Champions League is Real Madrid, when they did it 3 times in a row between...
Oh, Mendy's been charged.
16, 17, 18. Yeah, he has. Like, it's madness. Honestly.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Proper charged. Shit.
Like, crazy stuff. But by the way, just what's happening here at the award ceremony, or this ceremony anyway, all the Danish, medical staff and the paramedics on site were just awarded with the UEFA Presidential Award, like Ian just said earlier. Big ups to them. Obviously, big ups to them. Imagine how badly that would have gone if these people didn't know what they were doing as well as they thankfully do. So, big ups to them. Big ups to them. But I suppose both of you have kind of answered it already. For me, I agree with Con. If Real Madrid hadn't done it, I'd say clearly Champions League. But I feel like I might prefer the Prem, I feel like
I was very tempted to say to win the Prem, because under Abramovich, we've never gone more than 5 years without winning the Prem. And this year is the 5th year. So I would just think that would be such a great little record to keep up. Winning the league at least once every 5 years would, I think, be awesome. Because it's just a different appeal. I'll take both. I'll take one or the other. But...
It's a really tough question when I think about it. And some people will say, how are you mental? Like, obviously it's Champions League. Or some people will say, are you mental? Obviously it's the Premier League. Luis Suarez, even though he's seemingly a Barcelona fan, says here, I think Champions League would be preferable if your team has economic troubles. However, I prefer Premier League in any other situation, as it's more competitive in my opinion. But also the Premier League gets you more money. Although not winning it, actually, it doesn't really make much of a difference if you come first or second in the Prem in terms of money. But well, we're clearly the opposite of in financial trouble. So that's not really what, in the perspective the Chelsea fans need to look at it, thankfully. Big up Roman, I suppose, big up Roman. I don't know, it's tough because the Premier League is in a way more competitive, but I just find it much more difficult to win. because the Champions League is 13 games. And you don't even need to win all 13 because in a group stage, you can lose one. Doesn't matter. You can draw two. It's irrelevant. You can even in the knockouts, you can lose one, win one, draw one, win one. Like, it's fine. You can even go through with 2 draws, right? The Premier League is 38 games, and you need to be over 38 games better than 3-4 huge other clubs. Do you know what I mean? And not just in a head-to-head, which is obviously the fun part. We play them head-to-head anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, our Champions League final was against Man City. Like, we played them in the league anyway. So I feel like I might say Prem, just also for reasons that Ian said. It's been a minute since we last won the Premier League, and I also obviously we don't need to win it to achieve that part of what I'm trying to say. But I want us to. I need to stop this being good in the Premier League, winning it, and then like coming 5th or 10th or 5th. Do you know what I mean? Like, or 3rd. Nah, I can't be bothered with that. We win it, and then next season, sure, if we don't win it, that's fine. But come 2nd or 3rd within reasonable of a distance. Don't bottle the summer after you win the league. At least we didn't fully bottle the summer, or we didn't bottle the summer after the Champions League win now. Even though we could have gotten things done a bit sooner than we have. Big Branner up on stage.
He looks hard as nails, doesn't he?
He does, doesn't he?
He looks hard as nails.
Him in the dark alley. Jesus.
He looks hard, but he still looks awkward. He still doesn't know how to behave in public situations. It's like that one video where he's trying to like say support the whatever charity, and John Terry just can't, and then Hazard can't handle it. It's such a brilliant clip, honestly. But he still seems like that today. But I didn't realize he actually shaved his head. Man's gone skinhead now. Fair play to him. But yeah, that's that discussion. I suppose until things start. Michael Essien's coming out now as well. Big ups, Michael, the Bison. What a guy. I love Michael Essien. That was good times when he was playing for Panathinaikos in Greece. And I followed him on Snapchat. And I still use Snapchat. And he posted the weirdest Snapchat stories I've ever seen. He was just chilling on his sofa, listening to random music and just smiling into his camera for 15 seconds. It's the most hilarious thing. Anyway, just because until things actually get heated or interesting, because UEFA don't know how to keep things short, do they understand? Do you know that UEFA are trialing potential shorter football games with 30-minute halves, but stoppages for when the ball goes out of play for the attention span of younger viewers? And then they're doing a Champions League group stage draw, which is probably going to take literally 2 hours. Like, do you know what you're doing? Anyway, probably not. We have a few things to talk about. Obviously, Zouma's move to West Ham, even though it kind of looked like it was going to fall through last night for about 15 minutes, and then everyone said, no, actually, also all calm. That's happening now. He's, completing his medical, in Paris today for whatever reason he's in Paris for. No one really knows, because he will need to quarantine when he comes back to England, which I find a bit strange. But also, are we allowing, because obviously, the Premier League clubs have kind of agreed that they will not allow their players from UK red list countries to go out on international duty, which is why Liverpool won't allow Salah to go to Egypt. But we're allowing them to go to France, even though they have to quarantine when they come back, right? Is that what we're doing? That's weird to me. That's weird. But anyway, so Zouma's off to West Ham for a fee of 30 million euros, about 25 million pounds, which is brilliant, especially because the Queen, Marina Granovskaya herself, has pulled off an absolute madness and apparently is getting Kounde for 42 million pounds, 50 million euros, sure, plus add-ons, but, for the add-ons, he first needs, we always hyped it up. Oh, we're getting this much money for Hazard. Yeah, with how he's playing, we're not getting half the add-ons. He was, he had, in that deal out there. Obviously, he won the league, which got some, but then he needs to be there for a long time more until he gets the appearance clauses and the goal clauses and potential other stuff. Do you know what I mean? So, there's not even a guarantee we need to pay those extra bits for Kounde. So 50 million euros, 42 million pounds is unbelievable business for Marina Granovskaya. And I'm very, very pleased about it. And obviously I've spoken to Con about it earlier, previously already, but I'll get your views on it again shortly, Con. But Ian, are you a fan of letting Zouma go to West Ham? Are you a fan of signing Kounde?
I'm not a fan of letting Zouma go, I'll be honest with you. I don't think anyone can be a massive fan of it. I mean, we all love him. He's been a great servant for the club for a long old time. Unfortunately, football is business, and he is probably right for him to move on. I mean, I can't remember how much we signed him for, but we're making profit off of Kurt Zouma, and think about how much he's done for the club is great, Yeah. So long term, yeah, it's probably the right thing to do. And I think we all were on understanding that of the 4 centre backs we had last year, like the proper centre backs, he was the worst one of the four. So it's essentially, if you look at it that way, you're getting rid of your worst player and adding in someone better. In team sports, as cringe as it sounds, you're only as strong as your weakest player. And if Kurt Zouma was potentially that weak player, and we're getting someone in who's better than him, Champions League regular, future regular for France as well, in Jules Kounde, it just makes us better as a squad. And I just think it's going to be a perfect thing because Jules Kounde will learn off Thiago Silva for the next year, and I just think it's a match made in heaven, honestly.
I do agree. But I do want to quickly state on that as well, because I think it sometimes goes a little bit, especially when it's also in the talk of signing new players, goes a little bit under the radar. So, lovely picture here with Kurt Zouma many a years ago. But big ups to Kurt. Because I said it on Twitter as well, like, it's incredibly difficult to come back from the injury that he had. And he not only came back from it to have a good career still, he came back for it and for a while actually managed to be a starting centre-back for Chelsea again. And very few players manage it after such a bad injury. I mean, we're seeing it with Ruben now. He's not managing it. He's apparently, or reports of him potentially going out to Roma on loan. And I mean, Callum, sure, he's managed it and plays and is still here, but he's far away from being a regular starter at the club after a bad injury. So, for Zouma to have made that, at least to some extent and for a while, even if it had to end now and he's leaving now, fair play to him. And, there was great moments we had where it was that winner against Arsenal, our dreadful season under Jose, but still we won against Arsenal. That I'm not sure if it was the winner, but the goal anyway. That was brilliant. Like I said, fighting back. The Messi run against Ajax, even though he then skied the shot. Like, that was lovely moments. And he always just seemed like this great character to have around the squad and have in the dressing room. So, I know people don't like West Ham. I don't have a problem with that West Ham ever since Arnautovic played there. I kind of, not have a soft spot for them, that's the wrong word, but ever since then, I don't mind them just because I like Arnautovic. So, yeah, go on.
Mendy's winning the goalkeeper award. That's what it looks like.
Are they not just showing all the nominees?
I don't know.
I don't have to sound them. Maybe I should have to sound him here to know what's going on. But, I mean, he should win it.
No, I think that's it. I think that he's won the award.
Yeah, because it just came up, just Mendy. Yeah, it was only Mendy.
Just Mendy, and now they show him
off the season, Mendy. Big ups. Come on.
I think it is.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Mendy. Deserve that.
It really annoys me whenever I see people on Twitter that they always say we should sign the biggest names. It has to be the big goalkeeper. It has to be the big name. When Mendy came in, he instantly made us better, and we didn't spend a fortune on him. And it was just literally intelligent buying, and it's absolutely superb from Petr Cech and anyone who's been scouting him. It's been brilliant, absolutely superb. So happy for him.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Spot on. And Chelsea need to do that more sometimes. Is the signings where we actually scout the player properly, instead of just always going for the best and biggest names out there. Actually scout, took the time out and picked out Mendy himself. And he's one of the best keepers in the league. I'd have him over Ederson. I'd have him over Alisson. I'd have him over anyone in the league.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that.
Mendy. I love Mendy, and it was a hell of a signing. So deserved. And his story as well makes it even sweeter.
Same with Azpilicueta as well. You look at all those years ago, the actual scouting that went into signing him, and now he's this legendary player that he's been. You just can't compare that to anything else. What would it mean if we, added Van Dijk to it? Do you know what I mean? Like, you get a good player. Well, we signed this guy who's arguably the best in Europe. He's up for an award tonight. We spent $7 million on him 9 years ago. It's just incredible.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's very, very true. I mean, obviously, every now and again, maybe you need to sign yourself a superstar talent like a Kai Havertz.
Of course, yeah.
That doesn't need to be every position. If your scouting is good, you can pull off something. Like, I mean, look at Leicester. The reason they won the league is because they scouted Kante and Mahrez and, gave Vardy a chance. Do you know what I mean? But Mendy, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. And in my opinion, fully deserved, because if Tuchel didn't have this weird, I'm going to call it a fetish, to play Kepa for no reason in some Premier League games, Mendy probably wins the Golden Glove in the Premier League as well. And then it's even less of a debate whether he should win this award here. So I'm very, very happy for him that he got to win it. And I think now they're going to do the pot one draw, which obviously is completely irrelevant because they're just going to put us into Group A to F or whatever it is. So no one really cares. But I suppose fair enough. They're going to have to start somewhere. So, they're going to put it in now. It's not that relevant, so we're not going to keep talking about that too much. But ladies and gentlemen, put it in a chat. Do you think Mendy deserved it? Or do you think, either, well, obviously not Courtois. They didn't win. Why was Courtois ever nominated? Like, surely you should have given it to Oblak, who at least won. I know they didn't go as far in Europe, But like, do you know what I mean? Like at least
Yeah,
Oblak won the league in his own country. Like Courtois didn't. So that's or Neuer just because he's Neuer.
Yeah.
Or who had Donnarumma because of the Euros? He could have been in a goalkeepers.
Champions
I mean,
League
he won player of
semi-finalist.
the year at the Euros.
Oh no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
No,
No.
he wasn't. AC Milan.
I'm getting ahead of myself. He will be in the future. He will win that award.
He will
Probably
probably win
next year.
that award. Yeah, there you go. He will probably win that award. But what else was I talking about? I mean, we were just talking about Zouma and Kounde, really, weren't we? Con, do you have anything to add on what we were talking about there?
Yeah, I just think it's more than what Craig said. Like Zouma is someone we love here. He had a horrible injury as well. I think that kind of really put the nail in the coffin for Zouma. But he did kind of recover from it, but he just was never really the same, And I don't like West Ham. I never have, and I never will. Living where I live in southeast London, full of West Ham fans. But I really hope he smashes it there. Maybe not too much, especially against us, but I hope he does really well. And we're just getting one of the most elite young centre backs in Europe, And if you're gonna sell someone like Zouma, you have to get in a great replacement, and Kounde's that. So fair play.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I said this yesterday on the stream. West Ham are pretty good these days, but it also Zouma there potentially helps them get points of our title rivals. So you can see it as a positive in that way, in my opinion. But Kounde is a very good player. He's young. Seems like the club have been after him for a while, not just recently under Tuchel, but Tuchel kind of suggested him, and then the club was, well, we were after him anyway. So what a brilliant coincidence type thing. So we're after him. We're getting him for much cheaper than anybody thought we would. He's young. He's a bit short, but his jumping power apparently makes up for it. I haven't paid enough attention to him, and I'm not going to sit here and watch YouTube compilations because that doesn't tell you anything. I'm excited. I'm very intrigued to how long it will take until he becomes a regular starter. Because will Tuchel just drop Aspi? I'm still hesitant to.
I can't see it happening. I think he's going to ease him in. I think he's going to be a starter next season. I can't see him playing a hell of a lot of football this year.
That is a fair point, but still, you don't usually sign people for 50 million. Well, altogether pounds, right? And then not play them like that. That doesn't usually happen. Look
at Pulisic though; doesn't get used as much as he should do because of the price tag. Anyway,
that is true. I suppose it's a case of price tag. Then you give them a chance, which Lampard did after the very start, I suppose. And then he played, and then he just got injured too much, and then clearly isn't performing as well in training as others are. So I suppose it is one of those where you can't really do much about it, I guess. But we'll see. I mean, hey, we have, especially with keeping Challo as well, we have a situation where we have two very good players for each of the three centre-back roles, which is the situation we want to be in. We have an injury, it doesn't bloody matter. I mean, for the guy that gets injured, it's awful, of course, but in terms of the squad strength, it doesn't change much. And I don't think you can hope for much more than that, really. And Falco put it in the chat here, is Saul coming Chelsea? Well, I bloody hope so. I mean, I'm not sure what Ian thinks about it, but I know Con, I'm pretty sure, has agreed that it's a good signing. For me, it's an absolute no-brainer, Saul is. As a loan, fourth choice, experience, it's different to getting someone like Tchouaméni who's coming in and doesn't have a lot of experience. And when you're the fourth choice, you're kind of coming in for a Kante probably because he's the one that gets injured the most, right? Coming in for Kante is not an easy thing. The more experienced you are, the easier it's probably to cope with that and to deal with that, in my opinion. So for me, it's a no-brainer. If it works out brilliantly, we sign him at the end of the loan, like we did with Kovacic. If it doesn't, we get Billy Gilmore back from his loan, and we can potentially sign Declan Rice next summer. So, what's wrong about getting sold on loan, in my opinion? My opinion is brilliant. But Ian, do you agree? You're nodding, so it looks like it.
Yeah. No, I think he's a good addition. I think it's adding depth. It's not necessarily adding a first-team starter. Let's kind of have it right. But squad depth's going to be massively important. It's going to be hugely important because. We want to win the Champions League again, of course we do. But you look at Man City, every single year they compete on so many fronts, and their squad does get burnt out. They've won domestic trebles before, but they've always failed in the Champions League. This year, it was slightly different for them, but still they compete and eventually burn out. It depends on what we want to win again, and what maybe might be the focus. And do you put all your eggs in one basket? I don't know, but regardless, it's it's going to be a tough old season. Having someone like him in, he's a league winner. He knows how to win. Just adds valuable experience. It might not be every single game, but whenever it comes in, I'd much prefer that than playing Kovacic and Kante together when they both want to do the same job and just leaving ourselves massively exposed. So it's just about making Chelsea Football Club better and adding him for depth of the reasons. If it's only that, it does make us better.
And even if Saul himself isn't the most defensive of all players, having played under Diego Simeone for as long as he has, he still knows how to defend. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if he's not like a full not replacement, but backup to Jorginho in terms of different type of player, he still knows how to defend, which is, a backup option that's useful to have. I mean, Gino's saying here, hold on, why do we need a backup for Kante when Kova is his backup and Jorginho has no backup? I get what you're saying. When I said is the backup for Kante, it's more like Kante is the one most likely to get injured, meaning he will come in for Kante, and then when either Kova or Jorginho need a rest, Saul comes in. That type of fight. Or Saul plays so well that he plays over one of Kova or Jorginho. Less likely to play over Jorginho, but and weirdly, I think Saul is also similar to Kante and Kova more than he is to Jorginho. But hey, Declan Rice is the only real DM that was potentially available this summer, and West Ham just priced him out of it. Everyone else is either not good enough, or again, way too expensive, or just unobtainable, like a Joshua Kimmich. Like, you're obviously never going to get him out of Bayern Munich. I mean, he just signed a new contract now. It's weird sometimes. Sometimes people forget how much Bayern Munich pay their players. He's on 20 million a year there. He would be highest earning player at Chelsea Football Club with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. No one. If people always think, Bayern, they can't afford this, they can't afford that. They pay big money to the players.
They're the mafia. Everyone knows they're the mafia.
The mafia. German mafia. The South German mafia in the Lederhosen.
Yeah.
Love that. But I mean, they're pulling out names here. Who's their first name? Manchester City. Is it the first name? Maybe I missed one. But first name, which is, it's 5:38 in the UK right now. This whole event started 38 minutes ago, and they've now just drawn the first name out of a pot. That's ridiculous. Like, UEFA, what is that?
Oh, you're ahead of us.
I don't know. What did they do?
Oh, you're ahead.
Yeah, I think you're ahead of us, bro.
Sorry.
Bro, how did you
they
not
just
know
pulled
that
City
Mendy
and now
was
they're
winning the
pulling
award?
the group?
We knew before you knew that Mendy was winning the award. Now somehow you're ahead of us in the fucking stream.
Yeah, I just
What's
didn't
this
pay
going
attention.
on?
I just didn't pay attention to the thing. I thought they were just showing all the nominees rather than the winner.
Oh, I'll listen to Loz. See what happens.
There you go. Well, they've drawn Atletico, but again,
nice. I ain't seen that.
It's not really relevant yet, so it's kind of like
Let's be honest, though. Why don't they just put us in A, B, C, D, E? Like, it makes any difference.
Yeah, innit?
Like, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, imagine you're Ivanovic and you sit there and you're literally treated like a kindergarten child. Please pull the balls out of the pots just so we can put them in groups A to F. Like, how pointless is this? Do you know what I mean? I mean, we're really ruining our UEFA sponsorship deals here, but is what it is.
I do like the fact that although it's well known that Ivanovic isn't great speaking on camera, they've decided to give him the teams and then they've given Essien the groups. So he's going to have to pronounce every single team name that's in there, and then Essien gets to go A, B, C, D.
But are they going to do the whole thing, or are they going to leave now and then we have two new ones for the top pot two?
What for pot two? Because there's certain TV deals, isn't there, for certain countries, so they can't be drawn in certain groups.
No, I know that, but what I mean is, will it still be Ivanovic and Essien, or are Essien and Ivanovic only doing pot one?
Surely it will be.
Right. Maybe they'll switch it around then. Maybe pot two, Essien will do the names, and then they'll switch it again.
It'll go back to pot four, where Ivanovic just gets shafted on trying to pronounce some of these teams.
Sheriff.
Yeah, Sheriff, that'll do.
There you go. Off you go.
Sheriff. Not into the other one.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I mean, they're still just pulling, names from pots, and it's kind of annoying. But let's talk about the other topic of the day, I suppose. Cristiano Ronaldo apparently, or potentially, going to Manchester City, even though I read earlier that apparently his agent landed in Paris. I mean, I doubt he's landing in Paris if he's going to City. So I don't really know what's happening here. But what will we think about that one? In a way, I'd find it funny just because it would piss off everyone that likes United. So that I'd find hilarious. But obviously, it makes City more difficult challenge. Do I still think Ronaldo's as good as he was? Of course not. He's 36, nearly will turn 37 in January or February. But Thiago Silva will also turn 37 and way sooner than him. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's not to be underestimated. Good old Cristiano Ronaldo. They definitely make them a more difficult opponent, if you ask me. But do I really care? Do I think Ronaldo is going to be the decisive factor whether we win the league or not? Potentially, but I trust big Rob.
I generally think he will be the deciding factor. I think adding him to that squad just gives them something that they've never had, which is they haven't had recently, which is that real absolute serial winner in Europe.
Okay. I mean, Chelsea, like Alex put here, Chelsea are in Group H. Were we in Group H last year? I might be completely making this up, but
if we were going
to have another Devoir thread.
If we were in Group H last year and we were in Group H in 2012, then I'm sorry, it is absolutely coming home again.
Love that.
Ruben Diaz wins the award.
Oh, Ruben Diaz won the defender. I was again thinking they were going to show all the nominees, but they didn't. They just showed the winners, and it's Ruben Diaz.
That's not lie.
Yeah, that was the only one where I'm like, because they always say they were meant to include not just European performances, but also like league ones. If you do that, I can see why you'd pick Ruben Diaz over Aspian.
But this guy's always on the floor, man. He's always, every time I see him, he's on the floor, man. Kai Havertz made him his dog. Like, why is he? Nah, it should have gone to Rudiger. I feel it should have gone to Rudiger, man. Robbery. Absolutely, Ruben Diaz is so overrated. Honestly, he's so overrated. Without John Stones, he looked like a lost dog. The Euros. That Portugal side, he was absolutely awful, man.
They were so very poor.
Yeah. John
Stones
carried
Portugal
this
anymore.
Exactly.
I just know how it annoyed me how all of a sudden they won 3-0 against Hungary with these 2 late goals. I'm like, this is rigged.
The next game? They led the Germans and then conceded 4 goals in a row.
Oh, yeah, they did. And Germany looked good, and then everyone in England shot themselves.
Everyone, oh, shit.
Exactly. I mean, now Ruben Diaz is doing some waffling. Clearly, Chelsea were in Group E in 2011 and in 2021. That's unfortunate. Close enough. E, H, not too far.
So it's not coming home then. Shit. Focus on the league. End this off. End the streak.
Exactly. Just play the youth. Just play the youth. Who cares? Oh, yeah. See, that is why it's a bad thing. Now on, we will never believe we're going to win the Champions League unless all the signs align again. Do you know what I mean? Like, we need to win it once without everything making sense. But I hope
nothing made sense in 2012, mate.
No, it didn't in 2012, but last year it did. But Con, any extra thoughts on Ronaldo potentially to City?
I think it's only a good move, to be honest. Like, he scores goals for fun, even at his age. If you look at his numbers, they're not stopping. He's still scoring. Top goal scorer last season as well. So, but we got to worry about ourselves. Like, we just need to make sure we're consistent. We're winning games. We're scoring goals. We're not conceding. Like, if we can stay consistent and perform against the big teams like we did last season in the league under Tuchel, I think we have a good chance of winning it. We just got to, because Man City are always going to be good. With or without Ronaldo, they're going to be good. So we just have to focus on ourselves.
The only piece of, I'm not sure if it's hope or doubt is this the right word, but I just don't see how a 36-year-old Ronaldo fits into a Guardiola system. I just don't see it. Like, there's a reason why Aguero has barely played for the last 2 years. That's because he didn't run as much as Pep needs his players to run. Ronaldo doesn't run except when he thinks he's going to score a goal right now. It's the only situation where Ronaldo ever runs, right? I mean, that's the only way you can probably keep playing as long as he is at this level. If you are a bit careful and not just run 12K every game, right? That's probably a bit silly then. But I'm not sure how it fits personally. Do you see what I mean, Ian?
I just think he's there to score tap-ins. That's exactly what they want the Kane for. And I don't think, the press obviously is maybe a certain thing, but they believe that they're going to play football. And if they can play football, they'll play for any team. Bugger the press.
I think Ronaldo to City makes sense as well, because if you look at like the big clubs in Europe, they're all big clubs, all well known. I think City missed that. They haven't really got that appeal to them as the other big clubs in Europe have. So if you sign a Ronaldo, this guy who's like one of the most famous athletes in world sport, you're also elevating your club. And I think City need that, just like PSG needed that with Messi. You saw what Messi did to PSG. I think they gained, like 10 million followers on Instagram or something like that in the course of 24 hours.
Yeah.
So Ronaldo does that for City as well, man. And they need a goal scorer. They need their publicity, like the PR lifted. So it's a good move all round for City. It makes so much sense.
So do we have the second pot team drawn here, as Dortmund has been drawn into a group with Sporting Lisbon. So, Dortmund got away with one, but also joined by a lovely other guest here, Mr. Next Generation Football Podcast, Cheyenne himself. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Real Madrid has now been drawn out of pot 2. Let's see if they're going to Group H or not. That'll be a big one. I mean, we battered them last time. We're going to batter them again. I've got no worries at all. But maybe we'd be allowed to go this time. I've never been to the Bernabeu. I've always wanted to go. So, So, Essien, hurry up a bit. What's going on here?
Ooh, it's Ivanovic's bald head that's drawing these balls.
Exactly. It's a bit dodgy in a way, really, that it's 2 Chelsea legends, I suppose, that are drawing these things here.
I love that over 30
we can't get Real Madrid if we get a nice draw. Like, that's impossible.
What'd you say?
You missed it, guys. Arsenal got drawn into Group L.
That's good. But yeah, this who was it? Real Madrid have been drawn into Group D, which I have no idea who's in it. I'll tell you in half a second. With Inter and Real Madrid are in the same group. So it's a good group, but are Inter that good without Lukaku? That's the question.
And Hakimi.
And
And
Hakimi,
Ashley
yeah.
Young.
And Conte.
Ashley Young. Brilliant. So I need to kind of look around my computer here. Oh, Liverpool, so it can't be us either.
We just need PSG out. Just get them out of the way, and then we'll take over.
Yeah,
Me
you
and-
wouldn't want PSG.
No, me and Matisse actually had a conversation about, and I take PSG in the group.
No. To be
Yeah,
fair,
but you're always a bit mental.
No, get out of here. Get out of here.
to be fair, if you faced them in the group, you couldn't get them in the round of 16. And finishing second previously hasn't actually been that bad for certain teams.
See, I'm glad Craig goes here to back my theories.
And I love the over 30 Martin shirt behind, by the way.
It's signed by him.
I can see it's amazing.
I know. I love Oba.
Proper
Old
affiliation
hero.
to him. I used to run a fantasy football team called Over 30 Martins, and everyone in it had to be over the age of 30.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Atletico in the group with
It's
Liverpool.
such a weird flex.
Liverpool have been drawn with Atletico, by the way.
Okay, nice. So
That'll
that
be
means
good.
Atletico will do the solid again.
Hopefully.
Brings back good memories.
Oh, now PSG. Do not be Group H, in my opinion. I can't be bothered with that.
As long as the rest of the group is easy, it's not a big deal.
Drum roll.
Are Lille in the same half of as us?
With Man City.
Oh, Oil Club versus Oil Club.
Oh, that would be good.
Funny.
Oh, wait.
That-
If Ronaldo goes to City, Messi versus Ronaldo back again.
Oh,
My days, Con, you're right.
give me that
So who's
PSG
getting drawn
shirt.
here now?
Go on.
Give us Sevilla. Come on, do it again. Juve. I take Juve, especially if
I take
Ronaldo's
Juve
gone dead
too.
anyway.
I take Juve, even with Ronaldo. He's
Yeah,
been
sure.
getting subbed off all the time for them.
Didn't even fucking start.
No, apparently in the first league game, he asked not to start for some weird reason.
It
And
was
came
so
on,
weird.
thought he scored, but didn't score. Unlucky, mate. This is why I'm a big fan of VAR when it hurts Ronaldo. So, which group who is this again? I forgot. Oh, Juve. Which group is it? Group H?
Hasn't
It
been-
is. We've got Juve.
Juve. Oh, shit.
Well, that means your stream's just a second ahead of mine.
Unlucky.
Essien's still
Pissing about.
warming up the balls.
Warming up the balls. Quite funny because you said pissing about. What if he's warming them up by pissing on them? Anyway, we're going all weird now here. But yeah, next team being drawn, obviously less relevant now. But anyway, Barcelona. I don't even know who's left off the top of the initial
I
ones.
really went Barca, man.
They can be in Group E or G, but again, I don't know who's in Group E and G. So I feel like they should always like have at the bottom, have all the groups there already. So like, you know, then you don't have to wait for them to show you who's in Group, you know, X, Y, and Z. So like, just put it at the bottom of the screen. Oh no. It is true. Last time after we won the Champions League, we played Juve in the group stage and were knocked out.
Oh shit!
Bring on the Europa League. Go on, let's have a go.
And we had the interim manager.
Mate.
we changed managers the season before. He got fired.
Dude, I'm just getting Vietnam flashbacks. Like there's so much to that season, and we got knocked down.
Is Sevilla getting with Zenit? I think.
I'll take
no,
it.
Lille. Sevilla and Lille. Like, see, this is. I want to ask you guys this. Do you like this new way they're doing the pots for a couple of years? How the Nations League winners get pot one rather than it being on UEFA coefficient?
No, because Lille shouldn't be in pot one. I'm sorry. Like, I know they won the league, but they shouldn't be in pot one, man.
I agree.
Like, cause that's going to be a Europa League group now.
I don't mind it, actually. I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with
it.
It
depends
as well.
on who wins the league. Like, Lille is annoying. Villarreal got Man United. Another chance for Villarreal to beat Man United. Brilliant.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Because Villarreal, obviously, with that's I just don't get why a team winning the Europa League would be pot one in the Champions League. That makes no sense to me.
I think they should qualify. I think pot one might be taking the piss.
Yeah. I mean, you say that. They lost to Villarreal in the Europa League final, so it's not that lucky for them.
But I mean, it was after penalties.
Yeah, because they couldn't score against them for 120 minutes.
I mean, they scored one goal.
Was it not 0-0?
No, it was 1-1.
Was it? Okay.
1-1 and then De Gea missed.
He did. That was fun, to be fair.
So that's what I'm saying. What are the odds of De Gea stepping up for a penalty again and missing?
What? During a game?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
5 minutes in. No, lads, this is redemption. I'm doing it.
It's like he doesn't, though.
Kante won midfielder of the year. So is Kante going to win midfielder and Jorginho player? Unless the whole reports yesterday were wrong.
Yeah, I think it'll be midfield and the Golo player, Jorginho. I think that's how it's going to go.
That is such a cop out.
Okay, while this is going on, I'm going to grab some water.
I'm very happy that Kante's won it, but that is such a cop out. If you give him one and then Jorginho the other, it's just keeping them happy. Surely, if you are the best player, you are also the best midfielder. How does that work?
Well, unless you're not a midfielder.
Well, I mean, I'm just yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. But you know, like
exactly. Mendy should also be best midfielder.
But do you know they do it when they do like, oh yeah, the PFA Player of the Year is such and such, and then the Young Player of the Year is someone different, and you're like, hang on, they were both. He was eligible for both awards. Why didn't he just get both awards?
Yeah, that is weird. When a really young player wins the Player of the Year, but not the young player, that is
strange. How does that work?
Yeah, that is strange. That is strange. But yeah, this Alexia person of Barcelona won midfield of the year for the women. Fair play to her. And then N'Golo, look at him there. I mean, UEFA can't even do lighting properly. Half his face is slit and the other half isn't. What is this?
N'Golo.
He got changed, Cheyenne. Look, he got changed. Or did you wear that before? You didn't.
No, I changed. I wanted to look more presentable. I apologize to all the viewers.
Oh, good, mate. Beautiful as ever, bro.
Thank you.
Kante looks like a dad.
No, Kante
but
looks like
the
a
shortest dad in the world.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you're 12 and you're taller than your dad. Do you know what I mean?
I know a few of them. I played football with a guy that was 6'3" by the time he was 12.
That's outrageous. Do you know how much pain that guy's knees must be in?
Yeah, no, they put him on. They had to inject him, put him on tablets, stop him growing over 7 foot. I don't know what he is. Last time I saw him, he's up there, literally.
Why can't he give a couple of inches to the rest of us? It's so stupid.
I mean, I'm 6'1". I'm fine.
Oh, Porto. This is important for me.
Yeah, it's just part 3 in it. Just part 3. Boys, Ian, if you could just do the hosting for me in a sec. I need a wee.
Okay.
Just waffle along. You'll be fine.
Give it to Con. Con loves a waffle.
Yeah, true.
I don't know what exactly I'm meant to be presenting on here. I mean, they're just doing a cheeky little who's in what group or who's in what.
Try your Australian accent.
Why an Australian accent?
I mean, sorry, Austrian accent. I apologize.
Oh, bugger that. Bugger that. I'll get cancelled.
Alex, can I ask you a question? Are you a bit bummed that we got Juventus?
I don't know. I'm conflicted.
I'm a little bit bummed by it because they're like a big team, but we know they're like... We should beat them with ease, you know?
And the thing is... go, Craig. Sorry.
No, go on.
I was going to just say, because, I mean, I was cool with it up to the point where Laurenz was like, oh, we had him last time we won the Champions League and got knocked down the group, so I'm getting Vietnam flashbacks from that. That's the only problem I'm having with it.
Helicopters are going to go over in a minute.
I don't like it.
Right, they're doing the old pots.
Good old
Branislav Ivanovic looks as enthusiastic as he ever does.
That's his happy face.
Yeah, that's alarming. Right, we are... Who's out? Shakhtar Donetsk are out. What are we? H?
Dude,
if Shakhtar gets in our group, it's going to be so controversial.
They can't play us because that's on the same half the draw as Zenit, I think.
Oh, okay, good.
I think that was what they were saying, is that they're eligible to play. Because that's how it works now, because of certain rules and regulations and politics.
I'm back. I didn't miss anything. I'm back.
No. Shakhtar just got got drawn, so we're seeing what group.
Oh, you're probably ahead of us.
Group D.
God, Laurenz, why can't you just give us a chance here, man? Just give us a chance.
Do you want me to stop spoiling it? Do you want me to just all look at it?
Just give it a second. It's literally just a second behind. Because now,
we're well behind. Hang on, you're in America. How have you got better speeds than we have? We're closer. Not even close either.
Yeah, I'm calling it big team
compared to you.
To be fair, at least I am genuinely closer to Istanbul.
Yeah, so that's not a bad little group actually. Into Real Madrid and Shakhtar.
But that's what they were last year, right? And Shakhtar beat them both times.
Yeah,
that's true. And Inter went out in fourth.
I know. Yeah. It made me sad.
Could you imagine that after all that hard work? Yeah, we're back in it. Who have we got? Same teams as last year. Oh, fucking hell. Who was it? Was it Bruges when they got drawn? No, who was it? Prague when they got drawn in the group of death?
Yeah, Slavia Prague.
They were this like awkward
and it panned to the owner, and he was just like...
just laughing.
Benfica has been drawn, by the way. Essien is getting the number out. So do you want me to tell you when I see it or not?
No, it's like, Laurenz, it's your show. I'm just messing with you. You do what you want.
No, I'm not telling you. I know, but you don't yet.
Okay, that's fine. I like this. It makes me more excited.
This is my favorite comment I've seen today. Morata will 100% score a hat-trick against us. Luckily, all goals will be offside.
Group E.
It will be like 0-0 when Werner scores a hat-trick of offsides for us. Brilliant.
God, he looks terrible now.
Who?
That was Sal. I met him.
Am I stupid?
Bayern, Barca, Benfica. Yummy, yum. That's a good group.
I thought Zenit was in pot 1 for some stupid reason because I thought they won the Russian league. Because last year they were in pot 1.
That's how it used to be. If the team wins the Champions League, also wins their league, then it goes to the next one, which is the Russian league.
But because we didn't, makes sense.
Because two teams that won the Europa League and the Champions League.
I'd like Zenit, but obviously if Asmoon
it'd be a bit cold in December, but outside of that, it'd be okay.
Oh, I was gonna say if Asmoon plays, he's probably gonna score against us, because all the Persian boys score against Chelsea and breaks my heart a little bit.
Unfortunately, we didn't get Salzburg, it seems, because we're with Zenit. I can't handle it. Anyway, Chelsea, Juve, Football Club, Zenit. Again, as long as we don't play them in December, it's fine.
Wait, are we being dead ass? We drew Zenit?
Yeah.
Oh man, this is conflicting. This is conflicting for me.
All right.
Right, why is it conflicting?
Because Asmoon plays for Zenit, so I always root for Zenit to play well.
Wait, who plays for them?
Asmoon, Sardar Asmoon. He's the striker for Iran's national team.
All right, sorry that we are not perfectly educated on the Iran's national team.
I know.
Yeah, me and Craig, we root for Tottenham because Kane's their striker, bro.
But that's different, all right. English, you guys have a plethora of great players. We don't. All right, I only can pick and choose.
Please put Leipzig with PSG and City. Just so we have all the disgusting money clubs all in one group.
Is there any in group? Is there any in pot 4?
They actually got with Man City and PSG, you know.
Oh, throw Sheriff in. Go on, throw Sheriff in at the deep end.
That's
That'd
the
be right.
yeah.
Sheriff will police all of the fraudulence.
Oh, look, yeah, it's an Oil Club FC. Let's go. Look at that.
It is. It's fucking quality.
Go,
Con,
throw
you
shit.
literally spit that into reality, and it's actually going to happen now.
Exactly. I should have spoken more about getting Salzburg, apparently, because that's a bit unfortunate.
Wait, can you speak about us getting Bruges, mate? Yeah? Can you speak about us getting Bruges? I want that away day. Beer, chocolate.
And we can't even get AC Milan anymore because we've got
No,
Juve.
don't talk it into existence. No,
Yeah,
No, we can't. We can't do AC Milan because we've got Juve. Lewis saying going to be freezing when we play in Russia again. I mean, yeah, it's far north, but if we play them as the first game in September and we play away in Zenit, it's fine. It's probably going to be 10 degrees, 15 degrees, right, at night. It's going to be fine.
What's the away situation with Italy, by the way?
Interest. They're also not at full capacity now. I think about it.
Okay, so Juve's not even on the cards.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, maybe double vaccinated people. Maybe they are. I don't know.
So that means I qualify. Let's go. I'm just kidding.
Yes, Shayan. Fly over to Turin just for Chelsea playing away in Turin. I've never been to Turin either. I've been to a lot of places in Italy, but never to Turin, actually.
My uncle lives in Rome, but that's not Turin, obviously.
No, it's quite far, actually. It's like, by car, maybe like
really
5 hours.
quite far.
4 hours, something like that. Who are Salzburg drawn with? I didn't even see. Oh, no, they're not done yet. Sorry.
Yeah.
Chelsea have never faced Zenit St. Petersburg, and this draw will be the first time the Blues will face the Russian side. Okay.
I love how Chinos is writing this like he's writing an article.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant, especially because he said the same thing twice in the same sentence. First, we've never faced them before. It will be the first time that we face them. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if we've never faced them before. But Lille, Sevilla, Salzburg. Yeah, so Salzburg are going to top the group.
That's such a piss easy group, isn't it?
Yeah, honestly. This is why the Champions League, like, I know we're excited and stuff, but does anyone really care about the group stages? Like, really?
There's always that one group with like the Europa League feel. There's always that one group every year.
I feel like there's two. There's two, like, because Sporting and Dortmund as well.
But then you look
at 5 knockouts.
I prefer it. I prefer the game to actually happen. That's the thing. Like, I prefer these games to actually matter and mean something. But like previously, when you've had like the top 2 teams, like let's say Barcelona and Juventus, they drew each other. They play each other in the first week, and it means something. And by the final week, when they play each other again, don't mean nothing.
That's
so at least with these, it like makes a difference.
By the way, Porto initially got with Liverpool and Atletico, and now Ajax got with Sporting and Dortmund.
That's a hard group for Liverpool, Atletico and Porto, because we saw Porto last year. They're not an easy team to play at all.
Yeah,
that's a hard group.
Yeah, because they have Taremi as their striker.
And now Haaland is winning the forward of the year.
There you go.
Right, who's going to win it?
I don't even know who the other nominated forwards were again.
I don't care, but she's
Haaland won it.
Just that woman.
Yeah.
Haaland.
Damn, that's bullshit.
Every
Taremi
award
got
for the
robbed
women, by the way, was won by a Barcelona player, which is a bit mental.
because they won the final like
4-0.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. But still, I mean, Haaland got knocked out in a quarterfinals and still won it.
Yeah.
Well, it's because his team's shy and he's built different.
If we had Lukaku last season, this would be Lukaku's.
Yeah, it would be.
That Barca,
but I suppose Inter got 4th in their group with Lukaku, so maybe not.
That Barca women's team is absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal.
That was such a I watched the Champions League final women's against Chelsea, and I was like 2 minutes late. And by the time I turned the TV on, they literally just put the first goal in already. I was like, seriously? Like, I just put this on here, and then we're back in it, have a good chance, counter attack 2-0 down. I was like, I'm fuming.
And in the league as well, I don't think they lost the game. They went invincible. Crazy.
Yeah, that Spanish league's awful, though.
Wait, didn't Chelsea as well, though?
No, I think we lost. I think we lost 2-1 to City, didn't we?
Or was it last year? That we've definitely gone without losing before the women's team.
What do you guys think of the third kit? I didn't bring that up.
Oh, yeah.
We probably discussed it.
No, we haven't actually. Thank you for bringing that up. He doesn't seem happy.
I think it looks quite sick.
Let me go with Con first then, who we have no idea about what he thinks yet. So, Con, what do you think about our third kit?
Oh, no, I don't like it.
Fair enough. Okay, let's put the two negatives first. Ian, why don't you like it?
I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just keeping my mouth shut because I've got a video coming out in a couple of hours.
Everyone check that video out on Ian's channel. Link is down in the description.
Anyone who doesn't know, I used to work for Nike, so I've got a little bit of inside information about this kit and what it actually means. So it's a bigger thing.
You know what it means?
Yeah.
He's got the insider exclusive.
So you know the stuff that you just don't read in the description stuff about the kit?
Yeah.
I have that explained to me.
Okay.
So it's kind of changed my opinion.
So you didn't like it, but after hearing that, you kind of get it.
Oh, no, I knew about it beforehand. I've known about it for a few days.
Fairs.
Yeah.
But are these shorts that we presented the shirt with, are these the actual shorts? Are the actual shorts black?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That's interesting. Let me just get it up on screen so everyone can see what we're talking about. Because
it could be changed depending on who you're playing against, but largely...
Yeah, but do we have shorts of that pattern, or are they going to be like...
No, it's plain.
I tell you what, I'd wear that to a rave. If I was going to a rave,
That's a very good point.
That's a very 180 right there.
Very, very good point.
Seeing it like that, because I saw a picture of just the kit not wearing on anyone. I think I could wear that. It's not as bad as I originally thought.
I think as a third kid, I like it. But only because it's a third kid. I think the third kid should be used to be a bit more extravagant. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I like the fact to do a bit of something out there and a bit of something crazy with the third kid. I like that.
I have seen the training gear.
Yeah, the training gear's all straight slappers.
That absolutely slaps. I'm allowed to talk about that. That's amazing.
What, the training gear?
Yeah.
All the training gear's amazing.
Yeah. Training gear's so nice.
Okay, boys, we're back on the draw. We're back on the draw. Bayern Young Boys have just been drawn against...
I don't know what your fascination is with talking about
Please, can we get Young Boys?
No, we can't get them.
I'm not Mendy, all right? Calm down.
We can't get them.
Why not?
Wrong half the draw.
Oh, fuming. Why not?
He just says wrong half the draw. I suppose it also depends on who's on TV. Do you see that comes up along the bottom?
I did, but
you get the various different groups. Huh?
Well, it's group, but it should be because it's Group F, so we must have been in contention.
Oh, they had the wrong graphic up then.
Well, that's unfortunate, but it's Villarreal, Manchester United, Atalanta.
Oh yeah,
Young Boys, so piss easy group for United.
I don't know.
Why United had Young Boys in the Europa League before.
Villarreal,
yeah, they did.
They're not easy games. They're not exactly the hardest, but
I was gonna say, Laurenz, like knowing United, they're gonna make it tough. They always have groups.
Yeah,
this.
But they should at least comfortably go through. Do you know what I mean? Even if they small danger of coming second. But
if Ole's at the wheel, it's not possible.
I mean, their group last year was tough. They had PSG and Leipzig, so who's been drawn here? Who's that?
Yes, Besiktas, but I don't want him.
Yeah,
no, don't give me Besiktas.
Demba.
Yeah, we can.
He isn't there anymore, bro. He went to Lausanne in France and then already left them again already as well.
Damn. Okay, never mind.
Even though he's only played 2 games for them, which is a bit weird. But anyway, so big up, Michael. Don't draw H. If you draw H now, we're gonna be angry at you.
Did you see the guy just then that was like FaceTiming someone?
Yeah, I saw that.
We didn't get Besiktas.
He's in there. Just watch it live. Watch the stream. You'll know what happens.
Oh, Group C is Liverpool's group, right?
No, it's Sporting. They don't show it for long enough, man. Like, let me read it out, please.
Not fast enough for Lawrence's.
And they're already on the next group. All of a sudden, they're stressed.
Group C is Sporting, Borussia Dortmund, Ajax, and Besiktas.
That's why we have Krego. He's their savior.
And now AC Milan, but obviously we can't be drawn against them because we've already got Juve in our group.
Oh, solid. I like that.
That's helpful. There can only be Group A or B. If they're Group A, they're with Leipzig, City, and PSG.
Oh, could you imagine?
That'd be mental.
There's Zlatan as well, back with Pep. Oh,
It's Group B. Unfortunate.
gutting.
Lugano, yeah, not Lausanne. Sorry, yeah. Dembaba was at Lugano, but it's still Atletico, Liverpool, Porto, and Milan. Liverpool in demand.
Well, they got
good.
Milan in that group. Sorry, I
Yeah.
missed that. I was giving the dog some water. Jeez, that's a hard group. I don't know if Liverpool getting through. Let's be honest.
Taremi about to have a masterclass at Anfield. I feel it in my bones.
Who's that here? Wolfsburg. They're fine, but
Wouldn't
they're a
mind them.
bit. They're already too far in Germany to be like comfortable to drive to, so it's like a bit of a ball. But they can be with us. They can be either with us or in Group G. One of the two.
Please be in G.
They're
No,
not
I
that
feel-
good though.
Yeah,
Like-
Wolfsburg, like you know the name, but they're not good. You know.
Yeah, they've got an Austrian manager. They can't be good.
Damn, why are you doing yourself so
Bruges.
dirty?
You want Bruges.
But they're in Group G. They're not with us.
Oh, please, I want
Bruges is still on. Bruges is still on.
Bruges is still on there. I don't know about the situation in Bruges though, where in Belgium they allow like full capacity. But that group is now Lille, Sevilla, Salzburg, and Wolfsburg.
I might
like
just
it
go
on-
and eat chocolate regardless.
True.
Lawrence's priorities are so much different than ours because he can go to all these games. He's just thinking about all the away days.
Oh, Bruges is out. Bruges is out, Ian.
Yeah.
Come on, Bruges.
All the waffles, all the chocolate. Group A, D, or H. One of three. We're one of them.
This is tense.
Come on, please be H.
Yeah, I'd take Bruges would be a decent, like not only for an away day, it would also be a decent opponent.
Is Mignolet still their goalkeeper?
Yeah.
Nice.
Might well be, yeah. Group A.
For fuck's sake!
So close. You started. You just filmed that. You probably dragged it out. I
So
know.
that's Man City, PSG, Leipzig, and Bruges.
Dude,
Well,
Bruges
Bruges.
is literally on my days. They're literally Slavia Prague 2.0 again.
They are.
They're loving life.
I don't even know who's left in pot four now. Sheriff is still left, so that's fun.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Who's
Take them.
who?
Sheriff, the first ever Moldavian team.
Okay, I guess we'll take him because I've never heard of him.
Now Malmo have been drawn. Obviously,
I
Oh,
take
I don't
Malmo.
mind that. How to do.
they can be Group D or Group H. Oh, the excitement is building.
Shut up.
It's so beautiful that Essien twists open these balls. It's gorgeous, really.
Just like how he twists that goal against Arsenal.
We've got Malmo.
Have we?
All right. That's
No,
good. All right.
Take that.
Did we ever play Malmo before? It's a decent group. Chelsea, Juventus, Zenit, and Malmo. I mean, Juve, sure, they're still a big club, but they're already in the mud. They're probably going to lose Ronaldo, meaning they're even more in the mud. Now, Dynamo Kiev are being pulled out. I definitely prefer Malmo to Kiev just because it's close in distance and the travel isn't too bad. Although, of course, Malmo in December could also be cold. Not as
I
cold
would
as
have. I would have loved if Sheriff did actually get that group of death. It would have been absolutely amazing. Them just get piped every single week.
You know, I didn't realise that Bayern Munich and Barcelona are in the same group together until now.
Who was the other team in their group?
Well, now Dynamo Kiev, but I don't know who the third one was. And now FC Sheriff Tiraspol have been drawn. Tiraspol is the city they're from in
Hang on.
Moldova.
Has Liverpool's group been drawn out yet?
Yeah, they got Milan.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, they did.
And now Inter, Real Madrid, Shakhtar, and Sheriff.
Wow.
Inter Madrid are gonna have a field day against Sheriff.
Or they're
They're
not.
fucked.
I love
We're
it.
over now. The
Look
only
at him. He
interesting
can't believe
thing-
it. Look at this geezer's eyes.
The only thing left to decide is whether Jorginho or Kante win the Player of the Year.
This
Let's
is
see.
hype.
Let's see.
Hopefully it got. Oh yeah, I forgot. This came in the mail yesterday.
Oh, that's
Bigger.
cool.
Love
the
that.
champions. Do, 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 do.
What's it got inscribed on it?
It says Champions of Europe 2021 with the Chelsea logo on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very
it,
cool.
It won't focus, but
Yeah, that's all right.
Well, Chelsea's post about which group we got is not very useful for screen sharing, but hey, oh, here we go. Let me get to the UEFA one. Let me see if they're quick with their graphics, if they've already posted it. But the fixtures, by the way, when exactly each game will be played, comes out on Saturday. Will not be like tonight or later or whatever. It comes out Saturday.
I remember you did us a solid a few years ago, Loz.
Why?
Didn't you have it all sorted? Didn't you have some contact at a football club and managed to find it out? Yeah.
True, we had it early, yeah, and then a few of us booked flights already.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
That's
Do
convenient.
you still know them? Are they still working or?
They are still, yeah. They still work for Salzburg, yeah.
Good. Ring them up.
We've played, I thought so. We played Malmo in the Europa League in 18-19. I thought so. And they had a lot of flares that day. I remember that, the Ultras. Stronger group than last season, but still pretty good, pretty balanced. The only time Chelsea have played Malmo was in the UAL round of 32, 18-19. Thank you, Alex.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, first we have the coach of the year. It's not Emma Hayes,
yeah.
unfortunately. It's the Barcelona manager.
Yeah.
To be expected, I suppose.
Yeah.
Was it Tommy T?
No, first it's seemingly the women's coach being announced.
I thought they did one before the other.
It has to be Thomas Tuchel for men's. Has to be, surely.
Who are the other two that are even up for it?
Emma Hayes and somebody else. Oh,
no,
you mean for
the
men's?
men's one.
Mancini and Pep.
Yeah, Mancini and Pep.
Like, surely Tuchel has to win that in my head.
Has to, yeah.
Like, it's definitely not Pep. I would love to show you all of the groups, guys, but unfortunately, no one has tweeted this graphic yet. So.
My friend who's a City supporter texted me saying, "So City don't want to pay 30 mil for Ronaldo, but pay 100 mil for Jack fucking Grealish."
Yeah.
I mean, Ronaldo is turns 37 in 6 months, so you know.
But you're signing him to realistically end his career, aren't you? Let's be honest.
It's pretty sick.
No, obviously, but you still have to like.
But what future does City need? They can just buy more young talent.
Exactly. Fuck it. You don't need a sell-on value. You're going to make 30 million shirt sales.
Men's coach Thomas Tuchel wins men's coach of the year.
Good
Love that.
Wow, big shocker there. We'll take it.
Hey, you know, you can never be too uncertain when it comes to UEFA. So.
No, they're usually spot on with all their stuff. It's usually Ballon d'Or things. It's kind of...
I suppose. But I can actually show you all the groups on screen now, which is brilliant.
Tommy T! Let's go. Deserve.
so late to it.
Sorry.
So Tuchel being interviewed. But these are all the groups. As you can see, Group A, Man City, PSG, Leipzig and Club Brugge. Tough group for Bruges, for everyone, I suppose. Group B, Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, Porto, and AC Milan. Again, a tough group. Probably the toughest group in terms of all 4 teams, I think. Obviously, Group A have the toughest top 3, but Group B, I think, is the toughest altogether. Group C, Sporting Lisbon, Borussia Dortmund, Ajax, Amsterdam. Why do they say Ajax, just Ajax, but the other clubs get like Borussia Dortmund? Anyway, Besiktas, obviously, is the top 4 team in Group C. Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Sheriff Tiraspol from Moldova. Group D, Group E. Women's Player of the Year is being announced now. Another Barcelona player, of course. But Group E is Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Benfica, and Dynamo Kiev. Group F, Villarreal, Manchester United, Atalanta, Bergamo, and Young Boys Bern. And then Group G, Lille, Sevilla, Salzburg, and Wolfsburg. Before in Group H, it's Chelsea, the reigning champions, of course, against Juventus, Zenit St. Petersburg, and Malmo. Malmo FF, for some reason. Not sure what the FF means, but it's there.
Hey lads, quick side note. PSG's president had to watch Thomas Tuchel get manager of the year.
Banter.
You love to see it.
Well, one thing's for sure, Pochettino's never win a manager of the year.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Even with Messi.
Well, exactly that, even now. So even if he does win things now, they will all say it's because of Messi.
Yeah, sure.
By the way, guys, obviously we're not with the ridiculous numbers of earlier on when we had like 900 something people. But, you know, if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe. Always massively appreciated. Smash the like button as well if you haven't already. But we're basically just waiting to see whether Jorginho or Kante win the Player of the Year. Obviously, the rumours have been about Jorginho, but Kante won midfielder of the year, in which Jorginho was obviously also nominated. So that's making but that's making me. Oh, Georgie won it.
Yes, let's go.
No, they just go. Sorry, just the nomination. Sorry.
Bro, man.
What have you
How can I
just
know?
done?
For the individual positions, they only showed the winner, and for the overall winner, they all of a sudden show all nominees. I'm like, wow, how can I know?
You're toying with my emotions. What are you, some female? Like, what is this?
Some female.
Not even any old female, just some female.
just some.
Can't keep getting away with this.
Where's the Super Cup shush? Come on, UEFA. That is poor from you.
Oh, look at this. My
That was a good transition, though, now. To go from Georgie to Kante, they showed a pass from Georgie to Kante.
That's sick, yeah.
That was quite good. Can't lie. Whoever edited that, fair play.
That's so cool, yeah. I just saw that. I love that. I really want
yeah,
Georgie
okay. That's quite cool.
Yeah.
They did well on that. Men's Player of the Year. Are we going to find out?
Smashing. To be continued.
Is the according to Con and Ian, Pretty Lady is talking. I do not have my earphone in. Let me put my earphone in.
I can
She's
hear
a
it.
very pretty lady.
First, the reward. They're now naming the women's one.
Can I say what an ugly award that is?
Yeah, it isn't great, is it?
No.
I suppose Bayern gonna get clipped. That's a big call, that is. Putellas. Alexia Putellas. That's not a good name in Spanish to have put in your name, but oh well. No one get the joke? All right.
I know. I got it.
I feel so bad for Frank Kirby, man, because she was so good this season. She was absolutely.
She came fourth, to be fair. At least she came fourth.
She should have come second. She was amazing.
The
Absolutely
top
amazing.
three was all Barca players.
Shock. I guess her level of competition isn't taken into account, I guess.
Yes, not. Well, I guess Frank Kirby was their competition in the Champions League final and we lost 4-0, so you know. Come on, stop with your waffle. No one cares. I just want to know who wins the men's one.
Yeah. You win the award, you're really happy, as we all would be. Yeah.
I think you'd be more confused if you won Women's Player of the Year, Ian.
No,
I just get recognised.
You'd be so confused to get the women's one.
Their women's team with
Jorginho won.
Let's go, Georgie. Let's go.
It's still a cop out.
Let's go.
It is a
Jorginho.
cop out. It's true.
Oh, Jorginho deserves this, man. He actually deserves this.
This is
He was-
beautiful.
He was like left out the squad at one point. He was sitting in the stands with some bad haircut, I've got to say. And he comes back in and he wins Champions League, Euros, Super Cup. And in Champions League and Euros were absolutely unbelievable. So deserved. For the story, he deserves it. Absolutely.
Can I ask the question? If we win the Club World Cup, does he win the Ballon d'Or?
Yes, has to.
Of course.
I agree. I think he does.
I reckon he should win the Ballon d'Or regardless. But to be honest, no. If we don't win the Club World Cup, I'll be fuming again.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for Georgie, man.
Why is he talking in Portuguese though? Just let him speak English. Come on.
Isn't it? If he can sing Wonderwall in English, I'm pretty sure he can say what he's saying now.
Yeah.
Right. He's done his beard all nice and his hair all nice for this interview here. Turn up in the polo.
I feel like he's talking about me when he said about people that don't believe in him.
I would love him to do a Conor McGregor style, saying, "I'd like to apologise to absolutely nobody." That would be brilliant.
I'd love him to call me out personally. I'd love that. Imagine the clout you get.
Oh, I love
What's up with Con and haircuts? Con, why are you being slagged off? I don't get it.
Because I mentioned like Georgie's bad haircut when he was left out of the squad.
Yeah, but why is it a thing? Do you always talk about haircuts?
No.
Okay.
Come with that Barnet, mate, that I can see on that picture. I don't think you've got any room to talk about.
Mate, I have lovely hair. It's nice and thick. I can do a lot of things with it. It's nice.
Did you guys see?
Doesn't mean you should be doing that though, mate.
Manchester City footballer Benjamin Mendy suspended after being charged with rape and
don't
sexual
read it out. Don't read it all out, please.
Oh.
We don't want to get demonetized here for such words.
My bad.
Yeah. He a bad man. He
real bad. If that's true, he's bruh.
What's worrying about that is just how many. If it's just the
said
one.
4 cases.
Yeah, 4. Like, I don't even really want to talk about that, to be honest, because I think that stuff's disgusting. If it's true, I hope he gets put where he belongs and the key thrown away. That's all I have to say on that.
Damn right.
So madness that is. But I think he has also mentioned how his haircut is based off Grealish. Apparently that's why.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not based off, but people made some comparisons, and I ain't going to turn down the Grealish comparison. Come on, like, who would?
You just have smaller calves, but, otherwise, spitting image of each other.
Oh, bro, I'm getting it. Don't worry.
But, ladies and gentlemen, the UEFA Champions League draw has actually finished. Shall I get this up again? Why not? Let's just quickly run through it, get our final thoughts before we round this out here. But at the end of the day, we're all in a great mood. Jorginho won Player of the Year. Kante won Midfielder of the Year. Mendy won Goalkeeper of the Year. Unfortunately, Rudiger and Azpilicueta, lost to Ruben Diaz in the Defender of the Year award. But robbed, exactly. These are the Champions League groups for the upcoming 2021-2022 Champions League season. Any thoughts, guys? Let me go with you first, Cheyenne. Any thoughts? First of all, on our group, of course, but then obviously the other ones as well.
I just hope Azmoun does not score, and that's it. That's all I hope for.
Fair enough. Where does he play again? I forgot again. Oh, Zenit. Sorry.
Zenit. And Iranians seem to always score against Chelsea, and they're
well,
always
he can score 1 as long as we score 7. It's fine.
Okay, I guess at that point I'm okay with it. It's a handshake from both parties.
Sorry, how many Iranians have scored against 2?
Ali Reza Jahan Bashk on New Year's.
On New Year's Day.
And then Taremi.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh yeah, Taremi as well. Madness. Okay, but outside of that, any other thoughts on the other group, Cheyenne? I know you're a big fan of the Champions League.
Hopefully Liverpool gets shafted. That's all I want to see.
Oh, who wouldn't want to see that?
Yeah.
There you go. Let me go with Con next. In general, you happy with our group? Juve, Zenit, Malmo?
Yeah, easy enough group. I feel Juve, big club, team's not great. Expect to beat them both legs, or maybe a win and a draw. The other 2 wins, home and away. So yeah, good draw for us. Entertainment value probably isn't as much as we got like a Barca or PSG, but easy enough group, and that's the important thing that will qualify as number 1. Because we're the best in Europe. And from the other groups, that the oil money group looks a great watch. Liverpool potentially get knocked out in their group would be a great watch. So yeah, I'm excited for it. And we're still champions of Europe, so someone come take it off us because we're not going anywhere for now.
One thing I wanted.
I will. Go on.
Oh, Laurenz, I was going to ask, because Con kind of mentioned this. Who would you rather have, Con, Juve or Barca? Because I think they're both shit. And I'd actually rather have Barca over Juve.
Yeah, Barca, bro, because...
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we hate them more, but not because they're worse, in my opinion.
No, I think we pack them in.
I think we would, too. I think we'd belt down
No, I agree,
Barcelona.
but I still think Barca are better than Juve, though.
Oh, no.
Or maybe not. Now I think about maybe not. Especially because they've got Allegri and Koeman is about the worst manager in the world.
And they've got that renowned.
Yeah, maybe so. At least they've got decent defenders, You know how Allegri will do. Just park the bloody bus and hope that they don't concede, and then try to hit us on the break. But what I was going to say is, we signed Hakim Ziyech after we played Ajax in the group. Maybe we're going to sign Federico Chiesa after we play him in the group. You never know. If there's some winger you want to sign in the world, it's Federico Chiesa, I would say, in terms of that's not Neymar. Not that we need a winger, but if we're going to be like, Pulisic's kind of injured too much and Callum won't make it, and if we just want to get rid of both and sign Chiesa instead, fair enough. Sorry, I know Con won't be happy with me saying that about Pulisic. I was half joking. But I will put it to you now, Ian. Any thoughts? The other groups, our group, happy with it?
Yeah, I like our group. You're always gonna get one decent side in there. We weren't going to be lucky enough to draw Sevilla for another year. It could be a little bit easier than Juve, but they'll park the bus. We'll probably park the bus. If we can go and get if you go and get a win against them and a draw against them, you're going to top the group because the other two teams you should not dismantle. That's the wrong phrase, but you should have some sort of ease against them. The rest of the groups, I mean, it would have been great if potentially if Atletico Madrid hadn't have been Atletico Madrid and been something different, and that would have been an entire team of Champions League winners or former Champions League winners. That would have been quite cool. But that's a tough old group. That A, E, and B are going to be good watches, I think, because I mean, Bayern should really win E, but it's kind of good. Yeah, a couple of good groups. I think D will be entertaining as well because Real Madrid aren't that good, and Inter are an unknown quantity, and Shakhtar can turn up against anyone. So, yeah, that's not bad. It's just typical Man United to get the absolute useless group. But there we are. That's football.
Dude, Group D is almost a carbon copy of their group last year.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just Sheriff instead of Mönchengladbach.
Wow.
Yeah, they were awful. I was so let down by them.
I mean, they still made it out, didn't they?
Yeah, they made it into
I was disappointed. Well disappointed by them. You know, when football returned, the Bundesliga came back before everything else. And it was like, pick your Bundesliga team. You can do all these quizzes about your personality traits and then which team you should support. I always got Mönchengladbach, so I proper backed them and they were fucking shit. They were awful. I was like, let's go for it. Let's get really enjoy it.
Maybe that's how Chinos came to Dortmund, because he's apparently also a Dortmund fan. That's probably why you wanted Lukaku, so we didn't take Dortmund's best player. No. But yeah, I can only really agree with your guys' opinions. Like, it's a decent group. Sure, it could have been easier than Juve. Yeah, probably would have preferred a Sevilla or something from Pot 2, or who else. Would I prefer Dortmund over Juve? I don't even know. Especially if Ronaldo leaves, I might even find it easier to play against Juve than Dortmund anyway, in all honesty, even though I think they're both very beatable for us. We're just very good. So pretty much everybody is beatable for us, quite frankly. But at the end of the day, it's been, fun. It's been very long. This started like 1.5 hours ago. The stream started 1 hour and 43 minutes ago. So UEFA, sort yourselves out. Do it better next year, but you probably won't. But hey, at the end of the day, there you go. Where did you see that picture?
It's literally on Chelsea's Twitter feed.
Ooh, need to save that one.
That's a good one, actually. Fair play for that. Sorry. Getting in the way.
No, it's all good. All good. Let me close this for a second, guys, so I can go onto Twitter without you seeing all of the search. Not that I'm searching dodgy things, but
that's what it sounded
like. Some people might not want their ads online. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's though that's illogical because they're literally on Twitter, so the ad is online. But we move.
You're gonna out these people. Proper out them.
I'm gonna out everyone. Why did they post it twice though?
I don't know. To be fair, Chelsea are a bit useless at certain things. Bless them.
Which one did you show us? Because there is two of Jorginho. One he's biting the medals, and the other one is just holding the mini trophies.
Oh, I had the both mini trophies and biting the medals.
Oh, there you go. Well, let me just get it up on screen. Let's finish on that note because I think it's a lovely note to finish on. Sure, is he the best player in the world? Clearly not. But if you did it by best player in the world, it would be boring because then Messi would just win the thing every year for 20 years straight. Obviously not anymore now, but from the start, if you actually who is the most gifted footballer, then obviously you're a bit more limited. But yeah, that is that one. Let me scroll down to the other one. Not there. I need to go back. There's the other one where he's biting all the medals and obviously holding the mini trophies. It's a bit like they knew he would win. Surely they could send him the trophy so he can take a picture and that can be posted when it's announced. Surely that would make more sense than this picture. But I like the picture. I'm just saying UEFA being bottle jobs again. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you that has tuned in today. I think, we had a good time today. We got a decent group. It was all a good laugh. We had a lovely chat. I think at the end of the day, we can all be fairly pleased. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe. That is always massively appreciated. It's also super satisfying to click that big red button down below that says subscribe. Super satisfying. Do you know what I mean? You just need to click it. Honestly, I'm telling you. And also, you need to smash the like button, obviously, if you haven't already, because it turns blue, like London, like Europe, my background, Ian's background, Cheyenne's shirt, Con's hair. I'm just going to claim that you have blue hair now. So click the like button to turn it the same color as all of those things. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching. Let's end it on a different picture than usual, just because I want to. So let's end it on this one. Thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea. upwards and onwards, and I'll see you next time.